Alrighty. Today's topic is about, right, if you're dealing with anxiety, intrusive thoughts, OCD looping thoughts, right, the what if thoughts, if you're dealing with any of that, um, it might feel, you know, normal to try to figure it out, have a resolution, try to have some sort of reassurance or give it the evidence that it needs for you to resolve it, right? Because that's what we think we should do, but then we find out that when we do that, we're just spinning in circles, getting nowhere. And so it's like, in order to get rid of anxiety, you got to have more anxiety. You got to go through it. You got to allow it. You got to let it do its thing. But what I see, this is what happened to me going through this journey, is what they try to do is they try to get you to, well, first analyze it, figure it out, but also make deals with it. Some of the other programs, they call it do it to make a opposite, right? You got to do a opposite. So the opposite of what it says to kind of neutralize it so that the brain goes, okay, we're okay. So I'll stop sending that thought then. So you're literally figuring it out, turning this into an event, trying to find the right opposite for this thought. So if the thought is like, the sky's falling tomorrow, or today it's going to fall around 1 o'clock and I think we're going to all die, or my shoulder pain means it's something serious. Maybe it's ALS or MSMBC or MSDL5, maybe it's something serious here and it's going to, right? It starts to escalate. So what they want you to do is find the opposite with rational thinking. So in a way, you got, okay, what's the opposite of that? What's the opposite of the sky falling? Well, that it's not falling. Well, then how can we say that it's not falling? Well, there's proof. Millions of years, the sky hasn't fallen. Listen to me, brain. I'm sending you a opposite. I'm sending you the evidence of millions of years the sky hasn't fallen. So it's unlikely that it's going to fall tomorrow or even today. So there you go. You okay with that? And you might be okay with that for 5 minutes. But then the brain goes back to the original programming, so you just kind of overrided it for a little bit, right? But it goes back to the original programming and it'll send you that thought again. So this is what tells it. This is a golden nugget, right? The content of the thought is irrelevant. It's only there to bait you in to the root emotion for you to feel and allow to dissolve it, because it's an alarm that we need to acknowledge. So it's like, right, it's going fishing, right? It's like it's casting out. That was horrible. Let me try that again. That sounded like a dying budgie, right? So let me wet that. Like, right, you cast it up. It was just, whatever, right? And it hooks ya, right? Right, the thought, whatever thought it is, it gets your attention. And it's always the worst thought in the world. It has to be, no matter what it is, right? It knows how to get your attention because it's you. You're you. So it knows how to go through the files and go, okay, I found one. Okay, let's get him the pain in the shoulder, or the thing, that awkward pain right here, that because it symbolizes something that he's afraid of and he might, right? It'll find ways to get your attention, to hook you, right? So here's a thought, ooh, right? And you get hypnotized with it, obsessed with it, and it's a mechanism, right? So when you're in a survival state, if you look up here, right, over the years, you're running the survival state, it starts to send alarms, right? It's going to send mechanisms like OCD, right? The OCD is there. It's got its job. It's getting you to scan for more danger. If you're running a survival state, of course, it's going to do that. So you're going to have the OCD and get you to scan for danger. It also sends the doubt, right? So the doubt, it's there to get you to investigate, right? Go investigate for the intruder. Go investigate. So trying to find a resolve here. We're in danger. We need to have safety. So you're desperately looking for safety, and it's never enough, right? This is where the doubt comes in. It's like, no, I doubt that. I don't know. We got to keep investigating. We got to make sure. We got to be certain. We got to be certain. And it'll keep doing that no matter what. If you give it all the science, it'll keep doing that, right? It'll keep doing that if you're running that survival program, which is up here, right up here. So it'll keep sending you out. And then when you get down to here, it says, forget about it. We're good. And you're back to zero, back to square, back to 0. Alarms are turned off. So this is the mother. This is the boss, right? Lots of OCD, hardly any. Its mechanisms to get you to look for the danger, right? That's why God can come down to earth, right? I've said this before. The guy that created you, the guy that created everything, he is everything all at once. He knows, he sees you because he knows, like, okay, listen to me, Helmut. I created you. I can see right through you. I can see there's nothing wrong. I can see your future. Right? Well, technically, on your 3D reality, there's a past, present, and future. Yeah, but actually, there's no time. Time is all at once, constantly. If you were to take time from here to here and you flip it like this, it's all happening. But okay, I'm getting sidetracked here. What I'm trying to tell you is there's nothing wrong with you. That thing you're worried about, trust me, it's not going to happen because I decide I'm God. Don't worry about it. Trust me. Here's a box with a key. Open the key. You can see, you can type some of your questions. It'll always tell you what's exactly happening. And there's a magic wand in there. You can change reality around you. Technically, you don't need the wand. It's already set up in your system, but I'm going to give you this thing so you can kind of it helps you for now. But I'm telling you, there's nothing wrong with you. And then you will, right? God's there. You can be like, oh my God, that's so, oh my God, God's here. Oh my God. So thank you. I can finally, this is great. This is so, wow. I feel 10 times, it's like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders. I've been wasting so much energy freaking out about this shoulder, and you're God. There's no scientist on this planet that can, tell me more than, well, it's God. Well, Jesus, well, he's cool. Maybe Jesus is second place, but you're everything. So thank you. That's what I needed. I needed that reassurance. Thank you for giving it to me. I feel great. This is great. Thank you. Right? And then God goes and flies off. 5 minutes later, right? You feel good for 5 minutes only. 5 minutes later, your brain is going to play that old thing. Is God, right? He's like, sorry, I should have. I created you. So let me tell you, Helmut, did you experience something? I came down, I gave you the reassurance, and I told you it's the truth. I wasn't lying. And you believed it. I didn't lie. But 5 minutes later, the brain send you that same thought again. And it's like nothing happened, right? So number one, the thought is irrelevant. Let you know that. What you have to do is you have to go to the root and reprogram the program that's running right now. Because I can make it go away for a little bit, but you got to do the work. It's only going to come back. The alarm is only going to come back, and it's probably going to choose that same thing that freaked you out, right? Because it worked. It got your attention. So don't try to get rid of the thing that got your attention. Don't get rid of anything. Allow everything that's trying to get your attention and feel it and dissolve it in your chest. And do that over and over and over and over and over and over again, times a million. Have some patience. This journey takes time. There are thoughts that stuck with me for the full 3 years. Every day, coming to visit me, right? And they shifted when they were ready. When the survival state came down with doing all the allowing, emptying the allostatic load, see how full that is? All this shadow drops that we're going to process one at a time. That's why it takes time, right? You can't just think, well, I did it once. Oh my God, it did one. It should be fucking empty. Why isn't it empty? It's still, oh my God, it's still why? Because it takes time, man. It took you how many years? 45 years? 60 years, maybe? To fill it up, and you're expecting one drop to move mountains? No. Shit takes time. And it's interesting. It doesn't take that long compared to how long it took to put it in there, how long it took to fill it up. It took me 3 years. And the thing is, I'm still on the journey. I'm still on the journey. But I'm at a place now where all the symptoms are gone. I have peace. But I'm still working on deeper shadow work that I couldn't work on while I was going through this journey in the beginning, because it would have been way too much, right? It would have overflowed, overpacked my plate. Would have been like pouring gasoline on the fire, right? I only worked with what it sent me on the plate. That was it, until the symptoms turned off, died down, so I can think clearly, and I could keep going. This is going to be something that'll be for the rest of my life, right? You got to maintain this. This becomes a lifestyle, not just because you want to live a good, happy life, but because life will keep throwing you curveballs, right? And there's stuff hidden in here that, we can't work on right away. It's just too much. So when we're at a better place, when we have more capacity, when it opens up more, and we're able to have that integrate and move through our body, that's the time that it will show up on your plate and you'll work with it. So don't worry about it for now. It'll come when it's ready. And you'll feel it. That's what I'm dealing with now. Right? And it's not so scary. Right? And I have the capacity. And it's more like, it's a lot of interesting shit. I'm more of like a curious observer. I find it fascinating. When before I would have been like, fuck, if I don't get rid of this, I'm going to be fucked. Oh my God, how am I going to ever, right? It'll activate you more than you're already activated. And we don't need that. Right? Let's work with what we got on the plate. Bring ourselves to a place where we can go deeper. And don't analyze your what if thoughts. Don't make deals with them, because you're just wasting time that you could use to allow. And this is where I said this before. I said, this is where you can actually move through this faster. Like, it took me 3 years, right? It took me 3 years, and I did all the wrong things. I was the worst at this shit. And that's the amount of time that I needed to learn this properly. And that's what we need to go through, right? But it does make sense to have the right information. So me trying to figure out and make deals with my thoughts is just a waste of time and energy, because you got to look for the opposite thought. You got to, try to get the resolutional thought. And then when you do it, you feel good for 5 minutes, and it comes back, and you just wasted time. You turned it into an event when all of that time, it's a lot of time wasted, you could have put towards just letting it do its thing and sticking to your schedule and doing the pillars. And you will move through it compared to not moving through it. So when you move through something and you compare to not moving, like you have Helmut A and Helmut B, one guy's moving through shit, the other guy's reactivating, right? Moving through shit, reactivating. Moving through, right? So look, this guy's getting close to the finish line. He's processing. He's doing the work. This guy's fucking setting fires. This guy's turning them off. Does that make sense? So don't do opposites. Instead, sit in limbo land. Sit in the land of having no definite answers. It's uncomfortable. Yes, I know. You need that answer right now. We need that certainty right now. Is this going to be ALS or MS or NSMBC or TL5K? Right? Is this going to mean I'm going to be like this in a couple of months? Oh my God. What's that? Right? You want answers now because it's driving you crazy. I get it. But you have to be willing not to have the answers right away and allow that energy to stir in your chest, allow it to be there, let it do its thing while you engage in your day to day. And the more you go through this journey, year 1, year 2, guess what? You build that leverage of indifference over time. You also build experience and history, right? You see patterns that you look back on and go, oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that, which builds confidence when you're over here. History, leverage, confidence, experience, right? You will go through the delays a lot quicker. It might take you maybe a couple hours before it might have been a couple of weeks of looping about that thought, that what if thought, and trying to make a opposite about it or analyze it, right? But in time, it does get better. You do become a bit of a master at it because you have experience. Like anything else, you want to become a master plumber, right? You got to go through your apprenticeship. You got to do the hours. You got to be that bitch that gets the fucking supplies constantly. Do the shitty work, right? Then eventually, you put your time in. You get your red seal, and then you do the work. You put the hours in, and then you become a master. Same shit. You got to go through it. You got to do all the wrong things to understand the right things. So, be willing to sit in that discomfort of not having the answers in the limbo land. Don't try to make up opposite, right? Because the OCD is just doing its job to get you to investigate, right? The doubt in the OCD, right? It's doing its job. It's working perfectly. It has to. It has to do its job. So there's nothing wrong with you. You're not broken. Everything that's happening right now is supposed to happen. That's a good sign. Now you're just going to change how you respond. And keep responding that way over and over and over again, even when you don't get resolve. Keep going anyway. Eventually, things will shift as a consequence. Okay? You can all do it. You can. I'm going to say some shout outs and then going to walk the dogs. Another thing, I wanted to make an announcement. I forgot to make it the other day. We're going to make a video about this. Me and Sam are going to part ways. She will be getting her own YouTube channel, right? I think it's time that we have her own thing, right? She does her thing. She's going to be more in-depth details with trauma, with the shadow work, with the science, right? And the analytical stuff. And people can go check it out, right? We'll still have her on here for some guest tea in the trenches. And I'm going to be focusing on what I teach and motivate. I'm going to keep motivating. And, right, we'll try to have it in a way. See, is that the last day is January. That's when the membership is closed. So the reason why we also have to talk about this is because people are able to buy blocks of the membership for 3 months ahead. So if it ends in January, please be aware, if you're going to join the membership, that after January, Sam will be in her section, in her YouTube channel. I think, yeah, her YouTube channel, what I'll do is I'll put it in the description so you can join it. And you can tune in. And the membership will be shifting from me and Sam to just me. I'll have a new website. Everything will be updated. And then you can, if you need support, you can join me. If you want to get support with Sam, you can join her. All right, guys. I'm going to first say hi to some people. Give some shout outs. Alrighty. Hello, Fern. Dizziness and vertigo, had that for my past 2 perfect storms. And I made friends with it. Trust me, the more you don't give a shit about it, the more it shifts to something different. California, beautiful. Structurally, hey Tasha, how's it going? Structurally, my body's constantly shifting as I have a lot of instability in my pelvis and spine. Or it seems, I'm hoping just keep doing the work. I know there's a lot of smokes and mirrors where it feels like this is Your reality feels like it's like this, but it's very convincing, right? It feels more real than real. Eventually, clarity, things will open up the more you do the work, and you won't believe that all these things are going to be gone. How is that possible? It is. It is. It's almost impossible for it not to be possible. It is. CB. Oh, Vanessa. Nice. You checked that out. I think that was, how long ago was that? 6 months ago or something. Awesome. Pink waving. Hand pink. Nice. I don't even know what that is. But thanks, Andrea. Good to have you. I'm really thankful to have found your channel. You bring joy to a not so fun situation with your humor. Well, that's my goal, right? Because I know how it feels like to be in your shoes, to feel having no hope, all my dreams gone. You know what? You know what was worse than the feeling of dying? Thinking that I was going to live a long life suffering with everything limited, not being able to express myself with my dreams, and not being able to be a father, a husband, and be able to do what I want. That was the worst. So I know what it's like. And guess what? It felt like it was impossible. It felt like, how is this even? It can't. And, in time, it does open up. And then you're on the other side where it's like, I can't picture this not working out. Right? Thomas, good to see you. Amanda, good to see you. All right, professional hour, love it. Yes, thank you. Yes, the ear ringing, that's where it's from. There's so many people in this mind-body space that dealt with that and recovered fully. Nina, hello. How are you? Yeah, but sometimes people, you see this in the mind-body space. People do approaches that don't work. And they need a couple of tweaks here and there. And then, boom, shit gets worse. That's the fucking... it's right when shit gets worse, and you allow it, and you keep doing it. So you're in good hands with this channel, because we'll be sharing a lot of the stuff that works, right? So keep watching, and please like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell, because it helps the algorithm push this, so we can bring more awareness to the mind-body space and help others get their lives back. Thank you, Tani. Bruising. Oh yeah, I had all kinds of pains in my stomach. I had pains where it felt like somebody punched me. I had pains where it felt like somebody hit me with a hammer, and that spot felt bruised. The next day, nothing. Nauseous, pressure, heat, fire, bubbles, big air bubbles, twisting, stabbing, dull pain. There's another one. All kinds of pains. Oh shit, you just said dull pain. Weird. Yes. And I had also pain in my chest, right? That all kinds of different pains in my chest that are different from each other. Some of them were like, on all of them, I thought I was having a heart attack, of course. One was here, and it radiated all the way here to my back and my shoulder, right? And all the way over here. And it was the muscles here were cramping up so hard that I felt like I was having a heart attack. So I would breathe in and let my stomach out, right? And then it would shift, but it would hurt again, and it would shift. So I was micromanaging it, of course, because I wanted to see if I can get some relief, because this is how you do when you analyze, right? But eventually, I let it do its thing, and I engaged, and I asked for more of it. I'm like, give me fucking the heart attack. Let's go. Because if not, guess what? We're going for a run. We're going to walk hard. Let's go. And it shifted, right? So, yeah, I had all kinds of chest pains, and yeah. Right? Tremors? Yes. Lots of my hands were constantly shaking, right? Even my voice was shaky. I couldn't talk for very long, more than 5 minutes, right? So, okie dokie. Anna Maria. Mine is still the brain fog, and misplacing words scares me so much that I'm always waiting to slip up. You got to slip up some more. Allow yourself to slip up and slip up as much as possible so that you build that leverage of indifference with the brain fog. You got to have more brain fog. That's what I tell people. Have more brain fog and have it more often as much as possible while you're doing the pillars and doing all the work, right? And have patience because there's going to be days where you're going to have clear, your brain's going to be clear and you're going to be like, oh my God, I can, this is weird. I can, oh my God, everything's so, right? And then boom, back, brain fog's back. And guess what? When it comes back, after it was clear, it slaps you in the face 10,000 times more because you feel the doubt. Oh, maybe it's my motherfucker gene. Maybe it's my mitochondria. Maybe it is something I need to detox. Maybe it is my leaky gut. I need to patch the holes with, right? That's going to be normal also to go through. So keep on going. This is the roller coaster. This is normal. Invite it in. Make it your friend, right? I agree. Shifting into the observer can be quite fun. Yeah. When you're in a state where you can do that, it's pretty cool. It's amazing. So, alrighty, guys, I'm gonna let you go. It's been nice to hold on. Not saying you want to be a plumber. Just as a plumber left my house cleaning blockages internally and externally. Oh, nice. Nice. Well, that's good. At least you're regular. That's good. Helmut, your alarm system program was a lifeline at the worst time of my entire life. Well done to you and Sam for keeping it 100% real deal. Yeah, that was my first program, the alarm system reset. 7 pillars. It was the gist, right? And I think I'm going to go back to the gist because that's what you need. You need the gist when you're going through this. You know, you can't remember all the shit, too much work here and there. You want to keep it simple. So, right, stay tuned for the update in January. It'll be amazing. I'm excited. And thank you, Leanne. Also sorry to hear about you diverge between you and Sam, but also excited for new ventures for both of you. Exactly. And the planets. This is what I've been noticing. The planet. If you notice that a lot of people, this might be you, have been going through things blowing up in your face, situations, partnerships, breakups, marriages, you know, you got a job, right? This month, September, has been known for that because I don't know. I'm not very good at this astrology. I'm trying to learn it. But the eclipse, Saturn, right, is causing things to shift because there's blockages. We're not being our authentic self, or we need to be independent, or it no longer serves us, right? And the way things happen, it's like, man, has this been orchestrated? I didn't fucking sign up for this. Why is this? I thought we were good. And then, you know, the fan hits the shit. I like to say, not the shit at the, yeah, right, I wish. No, the fan hits the shit. Okay. All right, I know I said I was going to leave, but there was a couple of, yay, I'm buzzing for you, really. This eclipse season has been nuts. See, eclipse. That's it. Absolutely nuts. And you know what? I want to talk about more of this, even though I don't know much about it. And I want to welcome everybody to talk about it and learn about it. I'm starting to learn about it. I'm not really learning shit, but ChatGPT is helping me with the Vedic astrology because it's kind of like a forecast. It tells you what the week's going to be like. And it says, yeah, shit show, Helmut. Yeah, you better fucking, yeah, you better. Oh, shit, okay, right? It's great. Get into it. Get into the Vedic astrology because this shit is so accurate. It's not scary, but it's pretty cool, right? It's been bonkers. Exactly. So, all right, guys. Good to see you. Get out there and get uncomfortable. Love to love you. And make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And if you need any help with this journey, join the membership. All right, guys. Have a good one. Get out and get uncomfortable.